All right, welcome back to another episode, a very special episode, and a short episode of Dr. J Radio Live. Before we talk about a few things, this is going to be a very short broadcast. And let me tell you, folks, that we are very close to being demonetized. Seriously. I need your fucking super chats. Please, super chat it up. Whatever you can do. Remember, YouTube takes about half of it and I'm about $1 away from being demonetized. Yeah, it's a pretty fucked up time. Um, I'm going to give you a preface for this, and I just want to let you know on top of the regular shows with the guests you guys like, I will do another special small stream on how you can get out of any traffic ticket, even a cell phone ticket. All right? Okay, let's begin. Let me give you the preface first. Okay. Now, some of you may know that I've gone through, well, a shitload in my life, but one of the game changing events was when I was in law school. I was hit from behind, I hit a pole, and I went through the windshield. My upper right quadrant of my skin on my face literally was hanging off by the thread of my eyelid, and I got to touch my skull. Pretty fucking shitty feeling. Now, fast forward for a few months when I'm back in school, and that whole area, the upper quadrant of my face, is just white. It looks like a dead man's skin on top of my tan skin. So, every time I'm talking to somebody, because I'm well versed in psychology and human behavior and human sexuality, I would notice that as I would start to speak to them, they would immediately look up at my face, upper face, over my eyes, and I could tell they were not fucking thinking about what I was saying. This happened about 2 months, 3 months maybe, a couple hundred times before I said, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care who these fucking people are. I know who I am. I love myself. I have girlfriends who love me. I have family and friends who love me. Fuck them. And you know what? That was the biggest game changer in my getting courage. So, one little fact you might not know about me is when I was in Santa Barbara, UCSB, I studied. That's where I got my bachelor's before law school and then another law school. I got my bachelor's in business economics and a minor in human sexuality. It was actually psychology and human behavior, specifically human sexuality. UCSB has the number one program of human sexuality in the entire nation. And so the course was the first one, which had about 700 people because everybody wanted to take it, was Soc 152, Sociology 152A. And the top 20 got into B. And so I was in the top 20, I got into B, and then after that, to get into C, they had to hand pick from the people from the B course, which were 20. And then after that, I did directed study with the professors. I did this the entire time I was in Santa Barbara. Why? Because I just gone through a breakup with a woman. I wanted to know what the fuck was she thinking. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I get to the bottom of this. So, let me give you all some tips here. I broke it down into 5 tips, and this is what we're going to do. So, 5 rules, right? You don't need to read all these sorts of books, the mystery method and this and that. No. Just, I'm going to give you 5 rules. Number 1, confidence. Just like the time when I was in law school and I decided to love myself, after that I went to bars, clubs, whatever it be, and I know I was a little chubby and I was scarred up and fucked up, but you know what? I would talk to every bitch in the room until I got a number. Every single one. Whereas my good looking friends would maybe talk to 2 or 3 girls and get all their numbers. But I don't care if they said no to me. I just went on to the next, until they finally all caught on that I worked the whole entire room, and then I'd go to another place. So confidence is key. If you all learn how to love yourself and you project that confidence, women are super attracted to that. If we stop right now at rule number 1, all of you who got this are 95% better off than the rest of the people. You're in the top 5%. Literally. I'm not joking. That's the one biggest fucking rule. Okay, number 2. An opening. Have you noticed that when you walk up to a girl and a woman and she automatically says, or you say some stupid opening line or whatever it be, her defenses are up. Of course they are, because she's always it's in her DNA. It's in a female's DNA to fend off predators. So what do? You don't go and walk up to a woman or a group of women and just pick one out and say some stupid shit. No. I'll give you an example. If you're sitting at a bar and there's a girl next to you or a woman next to you, and she is talking to her girlfriend about some movie they saw, that right there is a nice opening. You overheard that and say, I saw that movie too. Wasn't it great? And wouldn't you know, their defenses are low. They're no longer high because you didn't hit on them. They consider they have something in common with you. This works with everything. Whether it be at a concert and you see a girl tapping her dance to the music, then you can, stand near her or whatever, as long as you don't look like a creep, and say to her, yeah, this band is great, isn't it? Or this song is awesome. Again, this negates the female's shields that they put up. So you have to find a way in order for you all to get into how you can make an opening. And the only way to do that is exactly by what I said. Pay attention to them. Pay attention. Find something that they're saying or doing and comment on that. Because the moment you do, both of you now share something, that her defense is down and you are more open than you are. So if you have confidence and you're exerting it and you approached her at a time where you both have something in common, well, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to go home and get laid that night. Okay, number 3. Why girls deny. Okay, a lot of people take this personally, right? You may talk to a girl in following these 2 rules I gave you, and you'll still get declined. Well, you know what? It may not be you. Chances are it isn't. She may be having a bad day. She may have a boyfriend. She may be waiting for another girl, another group. Whatever it is, it's not you. Get that through your fucking heads. It's not you, folks. All you have to do is remember, if a girl denies you, move on to the next. It doesn't matter. It's simple as that. So please don't feel bad and go home with your buddies getting drunk and say, oh, she didn't respond to me. No, folks, not happen that way. Just remember that females deny you for multiple reasons, and it does not necessarily have to do with you. All right. Number 4, which is, what the fuck did I write here? Let's see here. Okay, we got why girls deny you, the opening, the confidence. Oh, okay, this part. This is the biggest thing. And if you notice, if you really pay attention to my interviews, this is exactly what I do. It's called chain conversation. So let's just say you're talking to that girl at the bar and you overhear about her movie that she's talking to her friend, and you interrupt and say, "Hey, I've seen that movie," and you already established an opening, and now she's looking at you and, flirting, etc., if it's going well. And you ask her where she's from. She says Oklahoma. Okay, so you have Oklahoma to work with. Okay, then, or she says Oklahoma I grew up on a ranch. Okay, well, you got two things right there, Oklahoma and the ranch. So the next thing you say is it has to be an open-ended question, never a yes or no. What kind of ranch did you have in Oklahoma? Oh, it was a horse ranch. And we also had some other livestock and other things like that. Okay, there you go. You have horses, livestock, and other things. 3 things to pick on. Next thing you could say, oh, you like to ride horses. What's your favorite time you rode a horse? Do you see what I'm saying, folks? It's not fucking rocket scientist. This is why nerdy looking people like myself get fucking more pussy than the jocks who are, expecting to, find a woman and go right up to them, approach them like the old fashioned way with the defenses up, and they just fall in for them. It never works that way. It doesn't. If you pay attention to statistics, it is definitely not a good reason. So pay attention to these rules. I see Nicholas Cashmore said eye contact. Oh, fucking A. That is absolutely a must. You have to have eye contact when you're talking to her. Don't be fidgeting. Don't look nervous. You have to be confident. You have to be happy, and you have to be looking in her eye. Now, if you ever need me to tell you more about chain questions, or chain conversations, I'd be glad to do so. But just pay attention to my interviews where I'm interviewing the guest, because I never, unlike, when I worked with Art, which was 3 years after I started, Art Bell, and Jimmy Church and George Norrie and all the other people. They get 20 to 30 questions. I don't do that. What I do is I read the person's bio, I jot down maybe a couple subjects, and then I start with one, and then his answer gives me an opening for what I'm going to ask next. The same logic, folks. That's all you got to do. The last thing. Now, you guys are looking for a woman, right? You don't want a fat ass woman, do you? You want a good looking woman. You want a slim woman, nice tits and all, whatever it be. Well, guess what, folks? They want that too of you. Yes, they want that too of you. So, go to the gym, work out, do whatever you need to do to look good. If you want a good looking woman, you better look good. So let's recap. Confidence, including eye contact. The opening, which must not be a direct opening when her shields are very high. It has to be something random. Let's just say you're at a grocery store and she's touching oranges to find the right one. You can ask her about that. Say, is that orange good? And there you go. Boom, you're on to a conversation. And just so you know, when women go to bars and clubs, their defenses are much, much, much higher. When they go to grocery stores and stuff like that, their defenses are much lower, especially when you come in like this. And do not ask for your goddamn phone number of her until you actually go to the very end, when you're about to close the deal. When you see that she has interest in you, you're making her laugh, you're making You're being confident. You're having a chain conversation with her, which makes her feel that you're paying attention to her and you want to get to know more about her. Women love that stuff, okay? And of course, looking good. So let's see if there's any questions. Oh, and let me say this, folks. I will be de-fucking monetized on this channel. Literally, I'm $1 away. Super chat it the fuck up, please, and send this shit around. Because if I do not get any super chats, you know what? By the next time I do another show, a 2-hour show, I may be gone. I may be demonetized, and then I'm fucked. Out of shit. See, I was first hosting Third Phase of Moon Radio, and they would take about 20 minutes of the show and they would put it on their YouTube channel. It wasn't until late 2014 that I opened up a YouTube channel, and therefore I started putting stuff, here on my own. Unfortunately, the whole entire time I've been getting, paid, whether it be, the minimal money, which is $100 to, $2,000, whatever it be, $1,200, but I'm literally at $101. And if you guys don't pick up the pace and we don't get the super chats going, then we're going to be fucked. So please, please, please support this if this is what you want. I will give another small, tiny show about how to get out of any speeding ticket, traffic ticket, or even cell phone ticket. Basically any infraction. Misdemeanors and felonies, well, folks, you're on your own. Hire an attorney. No, don't hire me, but hire an attorney in your relative area. But in America, specifically in the larger cities, I don't know about the little shit towns like where I skydive. Chances are you're not going to be able to get out of it. But I can give you the tips, and I can tell you in the last 20 years, over 20 years, I have never, ever been convicted of infraction. It's so fucking great. So I'm going to save that for next time. I really hope somebody here super chats before I go, because this is meant to be a very small chat. And I hope you could hear me, because see, if I don't have someone on the line, this motherfucker is actually taking things off my PC microphone. So I don't know if I sound very well. It's because I don't have someone on the other line. I was trying to call a couple people to say, hey, will you stay on and just shut the fuck up and I'll do the talking. But it didn't happen that way. But I figured enough people have asked me about this. How do you get laid? How is it so easy for you? And I figured, don't go to these fucking $1,000 conferences reading Mystery Method and all these other things. It's so fucking easy, folks. My book that I read back when I was a teenager, which is no longer in print, was 50 Secrets of Picking Up Girls. Now, 50 Secrets, in those, literally these 5 that I mentioned to you are basically them. For instance, let's talk about opening. They'll spin like 10, 15 rules on that. Chain reasoning, another, 10 or so. But the point is, it breaks down to these 5 things. Be confident. Be a good, happy-go-lucky person. Keep on contact. Talk about her. Make her feel interested. Make it feel like she is the queen. She is the only thing that matters to you in that moment. Even if she's with a friend. If she's locking her eyes on you and she's smiling and giggling, guess what, folks? You're on your way for a good thing. I told you about the openings, and you have to be very careful and slim about that, but it's so fucking easy. And remember, why girls deny you. Don't fucking worry about it, folks. Don't fucking worry about it. There's so many reasons. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I'll go with friends that are good-looking guys, and I'm a nerdy type, a little chubby, and they'll talk to 2 or 3 girls and they'll get the number. I'll fucking talk to the whole room, 100 bitches, and I'll get one fucking number, if that. I don't care, because no, I don't really care if any of these females deny me, because I know that we can do things better than that. And I know it works. This is really has never not worked for me ever since I read this book, probably when I was 15. So in the last 25 years. And yes, I will be 40 on November 30th this month. So 23 days is my 40th birthday, and I really am scared. Okay, chain reasoning, I said, and look good. They want you want them to look good? Go to the gym, work out. Don't be a fat ass. And then it'll make it so much easier for you. Follow those 5 rules, friends. If you have any questions, just reach out to me and I will tell you what to do. I can recap this in another time. And let me just give a shout out here. Cold Warrior. God bless you. Okay, I see you've made some tandems. Thank you for your super chat, by the way. We got to get you off tandems, buddy. Go through a what is it called? Shit. I'm not even forgetting anymore. It's been so long when I went through jump school. It's an 8-course school. It's I'm not going to look it up right now, but it's skydiving school. It's only 8 courses, 8 jumps basically, and then you're off student status, which means you don't have a license, but you can jump by yourself. So some of those jumps are the most fun. Be the last one out. That way you can open up really high and have a long parachute ride down, or whatever it be. And of course, you could only jump with coaches at that time. And Alex is what is it? Alex Oyen. Thank you. I appreciate that. See, you both just saved me from being demonetized. But we have to pick this shit up at some point. So I know this is ending because this is super small. As I mentioned, this would be a very small stream, and I wanted to make sure it's out there. I will do something about how to get out of tickets, any ticket, except for parking. And with that being said, I'm planning on shows probably Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and maybe even more days. But hey, we'll take it one day at a time. In the meantime, tonight is Thursday. Use these 5 rules if you're single. Go out and get fucking laid. Please. Do me proud. Do me proud, folks. All right? All right. With that being said, God bless you all. Thank you both for the super chats. And I hope you enjoyed this. Females in this, please don't be offended. Men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. I started Sociology 152A because I was going through a bad breakup at the time, and I wanted to know what the fuck was wrong with this girl. Like, playing games and breaking up for no reason and getting back, and by the 3rd time when she wanted to get back, I'm like, fuck you, go the fuck away. But I took the course to figure out what more I can know. I ended up becoming a sexologist. That's what we had to sign. Letters, and I would basically do directed research and actual research. Most of the time, after I did Soc 152C and directed study for, I think, 5, we have quarter system in Santa Barbara in UCSB. What I did was literally I was in charge of taking emails. I got some of the most bizarre emails. Some other time, if you're interested, just ask me and I will tell you about them. But I just wanted to keep this short because the longer I've noticed, the people don't listen. Only people who like to hear guests. So hopefully this will gain some traction. Although there's only 17 people watching, I'm grateful because when I started there was fucking 2 aside from me. So with that being said, folks, God bless. Have a good night. And I will be back on soon. And thank you, please. Thank you so much for your super chat and keeping my channel monetized. Because if it drops below monetization, there's a chance that it will never be monetized again. So please, please, please do whatever you can, folks. We're working on our end to produce high quality videos. I'm thinking about maybe doing a 2-hour live show with you guys. And then after that, setting the show or the YouTube to go directly to unlisted or private. And then I was going to release 15 minutes and saying if you want to see the rest, go to the archives. Something. Anybody who's willing to tell me what to do, because obviously I got to make this work. I do not want to practice law. And of course I'm trained in it. And I'm also a mediator, which I still do. I do enjoy that because at least both sides win. And in that case, instead of a lawsuit where one side wins and one side loses. So anyhow, God bless. Any single men, go get laid. Use these 5 rules. Any woman, I'm sure you could probably agree that these 5 rules are all you freaking need. That's it. I could definitely expand on this, but I wanted to keep it as short as possible. With that being said, make sure you check out all the social media, and I will be here Monday or Tuesday, and maybe sometime this weekend I'll do something to tell you how to get out of traffic tickets in the United States. Okay? All right. Have a good night, folks.